disconnected. All right. So hello to everyone who may be watching. If no one's watching, that's fine as well. But I don't have fancy editing software, so I'm not gonna make a video. But as we all know, a lot of people are speculating about the ending to Fnaf 6. All of us are waiting for Matt Pat to get to that ending. It's just taking him some time. But I have seen the ending. I've played it. And I usually don't give my thoughts on the FNAF series. I'm content with staying in the shadows and just figuring out the puzzle on my own. But as we all know, for those who have seen the spoilers, all credit to this video goes to Manly Badass Hero. I first seen this as one of the only other people that, after I beat it, one of the only other people that got the ending. So what we're gonna do right now is this. Now pay attention. This is one of the key things I want people to pay attention to, because it's gonna come into play later. Listen.
You may not recognize me at first, but I assure you.
But he says, but I assure you, you will. So here you go. Now this is the ending.
You played right into our hands. Did you really think that this job just fell out of the sky for you? No. This was a gift for us. You gathered them all together in one place, just like he asked you to. All of those little souls in one place, just for us. A gift. Now
So
we can
this
do
is
what we
baby
were
talking.
created to do and be complete. I will make you proud, Daddy. Watch, listen, and be full.
Connection terminated. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Elizabeth, if you still even remember that name. But I'm afraid you've been misinformed. You are not here to receive a gift, nor have you been called here by the individual you assume, although you have indeed been called. You have all been called here, into a labyrinth of sounds and smells, misdirection, and misfortune. A labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize. You don't even realize that you are trapped. Your lust for blood has driven you in endless circles, chasing the cries of children in some unseen chamber, always seeming so near, yet somehow out of reach. But you will never find them. None of you will. This is where your story ends. And to you, my brave volunteer, who somehow found this job listing not intended for you. Although there was a way out planned for you, I have a feeling that's not what you want. I have a feeling that you are right where you want to be. I am remaining as well. I am nearby. This place will not be remembered, and the memory of everything that started this can finally begin to fade away, as the agony of every tragedy should. And to you monsters trapped in the corridors, be still, and give up your spirits. They don't belong to you. For most of you, I believe there is peace, and perhaps more, waiting for you after the smoke clears. Although for one of you, the darkest pit of hell has opened to swallow you whole. So don't keep the devil waiting, old friend. My daughter, if you can hear me, I knew you would return.
Now real quick, that's a part I want to hit on. He says, don't keep the devil waiting, old friend. And now I will give you my thoughts on who I think the phone guy is. What's up, Ty? People think people are throwing, ideas out there, but I think I know for sure who it is. And I'll explain why I think that here in a second.
As well. It's in your nature to protect the innocent. I'm sorry that on that day, the day you were shut out and left to die, no one was there to lift you up into their arms.
So the man talking, his daughter was the first victim.
And then what became of you? I should have known you wouldn't be content.
His daughter became the puppet.
My daughter. I couldn't save you then, so let me save you now. It's time to rest for you and for those you have carried in your arms. This ends, for all of us, in communication.
Alright. So this is this other part I want to touch base on. Right here. And why I showed you that audio when this gentleman who was playing, he heard there was a voice, and it was Springtrap. Springtrap was saying, "You may not recognize me at first, but you will." That was Springtrap, aka William Afton, the cassette guy. Here's who I think it is. It's Henry. Henry survived his suicide attempt that we've seen in Fnaf World and the other Fnaf game. I can't remember which one it was. Henry survived his suicide attempt, and in that moment of surviving, after he recovered, he kind of, I guess, must have had like a moment of clarity where he kind of vowed to finally put an end to this nightmare that William Afton had created, or had started and created. So the guy on the phone is Henry, hence why he refers to the image of Springtrap. He says, "Don't keep the devil waiting, old friend." Now, if this was Mike on the phone, why would he refer to his father as an old friend? And if it was William, why would he refer to himself as old friend? I believe it is Henry. Henry's talking on the phone. Henry survived his suicide attempt, and from that moment he vowed to put an end to what William, his old friend, had started. His old friend and business partner had started. So that was Baby talking at the end. And the reason why she said, "I'll make you proud, Daddy," is because William Afton, you know, it's her father. She's always going to love her father no matter what. So she's going to make her father proud because her father promised to make her complete again. William promised to all his children, he's like, "I will make you complete again." So in the eyes of the children, their dad's the hero. They're trying to make William proud. They're trying to make their dad proud. And you are, in fact, playing as Mike. Because I want to go back to this.
Into a labyrinth of sounds and smells, misdirection and misfortune. A labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize. You don't even realize that you are trapped. Your lust for blood has driven you in endless circles, chasing the cries of children in some unseen chamber, always seeming so near, yet somehow out of reach. But you will never find them. None of you will. This is where your story ends. And to you, my brave volunteer, who somehow found this job listing not intended for you. Although there was a way out planned for you, I have a feeling that's not what you want. I have a feeling that you are right where you want to be.
That right there. The reason why he says that is Henry knew Mike did nothing wrong. Mike was also trying to fix the mistakes of his father. And Mike, like MatPat had said, Mike was following his father's footsteps and trying to fix what his father did. So he kept getting hired at each location, including this one. Mike got hired here. Henry set up this job listing. Henry set up this whole thing to make it a final trap to end everything. You know, he was finally 100% going to put an end to everything. That's what Henry wanted to do. But he didn't want Mike to get involved. So Mike ended up being in the, you know, he took a job listing that wasn't intended for him. Had it been some random Joe, you know, that's why he says,
I am remaining as well.
He said, we originally had a way, or intended a way, or like a way out for you. So that was to some random Joe. Had it been some random Joe, it would have been easy to explain. It would have been like, oh, there was an electrical fire, but the owner survived. And then that owner can go live his life. But because it's Michael, he says, I have a feeling you're right where you want to be. And as we know, Michael got scooped. He's dying. He's decaying. He's whatever. Like, you know, who wants to live a life in a body that's rotting? You know, so Mike is done. He's done. He just wants everything to be done and over with. He wants to fix his father's mistakes, and he just wants it to be done. So by getting burned alive and this being the final straw to end all the mistakes that his father had made, Mike is happy to be right here. And Henry, with not having any other family except for his daughter, who we now learned is the puppet, he has no reason to live either. You know, he already tried committing suicide once, so why not try it again, but this time succeed? So Henry is also in this building, Mike's in this building, Springtrap's in this building, Baby's in this building, all the other animatronics are in this building. So, and then Henry sets it ablaze, essentially killing off Springtrap, William, Baby, which is Elizabeth, you know, and then the other animatronics, and as well as Michael. So all the Aftons are now being burned. Their spirits are being, you know, their physical forms in the animatronics are being burned, and their spirits will finally be released. William, as you heard, is gonna, you know, there's a special place in hell for child murderers, you know. And, so yeah, I mean, you know, MatPat was 100% correct. He just needs to see this ending. And I have a feeling once he sees this ending, he will confirm everything I just said. It may take him a bit, but I don't have a doubt in my mind that he will 100% confirm everything I just said. And now, like I said, I usually don't make posts on Reddit or anything else, or Tumblr or whatever, you know, Twitter. I don't make YouTube videos on Fnaf theories. I feel like it was overplayed. I mostly do live streaming on Twitch, so if you guys want to check that out, I'll actually be going live on Twitch here in a second. But this was the easiest way for me to get my idea onto YouTube, because I don't have fancy editing software or anything like that. So I wasn't gonna make a super awesome video. I was just gonna do a little live stream, give my thoughts, and that was it. So the guy that was talking at the end is Henry. Henry survived his suicide attempt. This is the summary of what I just said. So that the guy talking, that was Henry. Henry survived his suicide attempt, and after he recovered, you know, he kind of had that motivation, that moment of clarity. He's like, you know, if it's not my time to go, you know, I couldn't even kill myself. Like, if it's not my time to go, I need to go free my daughter's spirit. I need to free all the other, I need to go free all the other spirits of the children that were murdered by my old friend William Afton. And once I free their spirits, I can finally find peace in death as well, and be reunited with my daughter. Michael, you played as Michael, and people are like, well, Michael didn't talk in this game, and he talked in previous games. Well, as we know, his body's rotting away, so maybe he's gotten to that point where he's no longer able to talk. So the guy talking at the end was Henry. The person you were playing as is Michael. Springtrap is also there, William, Baby is also there, Elizabeth, and all the other animatronics. You know, the other 5 victims that William had murdered. And Henry set up all this to burn the place down and put everybody's spirit at rest. And yeah, and I feel that this is the end of the FNAF series. I really do believe that is the end of the FNAF series. So thank you for those who came in and watched during the live stream, which wasn't much, which is fine. But to those who are watching this as a video, I hope you enjoyed. This is my explanation. You know, it may not be 100% right. I could be 100% wrong, which is fine. But I feel I feel I'm very much correct in my explanation of this ending. So thank you all for watching. I may get back into YouTube, just as a little quick plug. I may get back into YouTube and start doing videos once I get an some editing software and such. But until then, you can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/SlyGuy2021. I stream there almost every day. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you over on Twitch. Have a great day or night, wherever you live in the world.